everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't know, my name is Caterina, or Cat for short. Either one is perfectly fine. And in today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is, what will be unlocked next in your life? Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone reaches out to you, please know that that is not me. What will be unlocked next in your life? Can we have a card for pile number 1, please? Can we have a card for pile number 2, please? Can we have a card for pile number 3, please? Pile number 1, you have number 11, Spirit, Totem, Animal, and Direction. You also have the Snowflake Obsidian. Pile number 2, you have number 14, Grandfather, Son, Sacred Fire, Gratitude, and you have the Tourmalinated Quartz. Pile number 3, you have 34, Planting Seeds and Intentions. You also have Bloodstone. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one if you're drawn to more than one. And I'll see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Snowflake Obsidian. And your card is number 11, Spirit, Totem, Animal, and Direction. I'm getting a couple things with this card. I feel that some of you might be at a crossroads. Some of you maybe have been lacking direction. It could be that you've wanted to make changes in your life, but you just don't know how to make those changes or what those changes even look like. But I feel that, no matter what your situation, you're definitely being guided in a different direction. And I feel that with this new direction, there's some kind of new opportunity. It could be something that's unexpected, but it does seem like you're getting answers about something that maybe you've been waiting for, or maybe you've already made a decision to go in a particular direction, but you're just not sure what's going to come about once you go in that direction. So you could have a little bit of hesitation thinking that, I think this is a good idea, but I'm not really sure. So it could just be, getting confirmation for you or getting some information about what this new direction looks like. But yeah, and, definitely there could be answers coming through about, let's say that you have a new direction or a new, an idea to go in a certain direction, but you don't know how to get there. You don't know what to do. You don't know what the steps are. So I feel like if that's the case for you, I feel that you're going to be getting those answers pretty soon. And I feel there's something about your intuition here. I feel that you're absolutely going to be guided to exactly where you're supposed to be. Because I'm looking at all of these animals here and the symbolism of all of these animals, and that is definitely something that I'm picking up here. And also, if things start out a little bit slow, just have faith that you are absolutely being guided in the right direction, especially with number 11 here. That seems to be very important. So this seems to be like a very significant life change that's going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. I feel that you're also getting a sense of freedom or independence that's coming from this. So the freedom could be a lot of different things. It could be that you're in a job that you don't like or a career that you don't like and you're going in a different direction. In that sense, maybe you don't like where you're living, so you're going to move somewhere else. So, whatever your situation is, I feel that not only is it bringing freedom and independence, but also good luck. So let's go ahead and look at your other cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? Okay, okay. Your cards are very active today. Okay, let's see what we have here. We'll note this one first. Okay. Okay, we have number 53 in individuality. So this is kind of pointing to the freedom that I was feeling with your first card. I feel that you're going to be doing something that speaks to you, that speaks to your spirit, that's going to make you feel like, kind of like you're doing things for yourself now, and that you're not paying as much attention to what other people think you should be doing as maybe you were before. So it seems like you're really taking into account what is most important for you, for your heart, for your soul, and then you're moving forward. Especially with the walk sign here, there's movement. Remember I talked about movement here, but if you had any delays or you didn't know how to go forward, anything to do with feeling stuck or feeling like you don't have the answers, that is shifting for you, okay? This walk sign is very significant. Also, look at the stairs here. So you're gonna know the steps to take to get to where you're going. Number 22 and daydreaming. Wow, you have number 11 and 22 here. There's something very significant going on for you. So for some of you, you were kind of stuck in the daydreaming phase thinking, oh, I would really love it if I could make this happen in my life, or oh, wouldn't that be nice? Or maybe you saw other people doing things. You're like, ah, must be nice, right? And then others of you have been daydreaming about moving forward with something, about a plan that you have, moving in a different direction, or maybe just moving, period. Maybe you are just kind of stagnant and wanting a change in your life. So I really feel like if you're, no matter what's going on in your life, so if you're feeling stagnant and you just don't know anything at this point, I feel like there's going to be a spark that kind of jump starts a new direction for you. And if you already have an idea of where you want to go and you've just been thinking about it and maybe you didn't have an exact direction to go, like you know what you wanted to do, but you're like, okay, well, how do I get there? Those answers are coming to you and there's going to be movement. What else? Okay, I guess those two are your cards because they were kind of stuck. So let's see. Transformation. Wow, look at how beautiful that card is. Oh, and I'm feeling you're going to be in the right place at the right time. I am seeing there's something, a vision that's trying to come through, but it has something to do with being in the right place at the right time. It's also number 49. So it's kind of like being noticed, being, like, let's say being noticed for something that you're doing, or, so that's one example. It's also kind of like applying for the right job at the right time and meeting with the right hiring manager at the right place at the right time. Things like that. So that could be literal. It could be metaphorical for some of you. And this can absolutely point to that new direction that I've been feeling. But also, this could be transforming an idea into action, because definitely I feel some of you have felt stuck. You felt like, so you could have been stuck in the environment that you were in and you were trying to get out of that environment, or maybe you just were in a certain situation or something, you know, some kind of situation where there was just this lack of movement, a lack of vision. Because if you see here how there's clouds here and how the clouds are parting and the sun is starting to come up. So yeah, there's something very significant that's happening for you that I feel is really going to change your life. Like you're going into a new cycle, especially with this wheel here. Your luck is changing, so I feel good luck is coming into you. I feel that this transformation is really going to take you into like the next phase of your life, but it's going to be so positive and just so amazing. I feel it's going to unlock several doors for you. Adventure number 4. Wow. Interesting. Some of you are taking a leap of faith. Some of you are starting something new. I mean, some with adventure, some of you are just going to pick up and move somewhere completely new or start a new job, new career, something like that. But yeah, there's something new is happening here. And I feel that it's something about it, it's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. So it could either take you to a point in your life where everything transforms, your entire life transforms, or you're going to be going into, for example, like a new career that you're going to have for the rest of your life. So something like that is going on here. And I feel like it is going to take a lot of courage, but I feel like that is something that's coming into your life if you don't have that already. And I feel also that this is something that you don't necessarily have to just rush into, because it seems like there is an ability to check things out first and make sure that everything feels safe as you go forward. So I think it's definitely important to tap into your intuition each step that you take, and then you will be guided the whole way. Especially look at this transformation card and look at the, I think these are dragonflies. Look at them up here where they're kind of saying, hey, follow us here, right? So I feel like taking the first couple of steps will then help to guide you as well, because once you start really brainstorming and thinking about what it is that you want to see, or how you want things to work, things like that, then I think that really kind of gets the ball rolling and gets your intuition rolling as well to help you along this path. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? What will be unlocked next in pile number 1's life? Okay, and these two want to come out, so we'll put those on top. The King of Pentacles, yeah, you have some kind of vision, especially because number 4 here on the adventure card lines up with the Emperor in the traditional tarot deck. And then you have the King of Pentacles, so you're building something. And also with the King of Pentacles, this is what I was saying a few minutes ago, where whatever it is that you're building or these changes that you're making, they're going to be with you for the rest of your life. And you can take it as far as you want to go. Absolutely. The sky is the limit for you. And this also explains the King of Pentacles, and also number 4 here. This explains why I was feeling like it's okay to go slow, because you want to make sure that you're building the strong foundation, because that's exactly why it's going to last so long for you. That's exactly why it's going to be so fruitful for you. But yeah, just follow this vision. And it doesn't matter if it's something that hasn't been done before, or if other people are skeptical, or if other people don't understand, like, what are you doing? That's okay for them to think that, but it doesn't mean that you can't go forward, because you know that this particular thing is going to work out. And so Spirit says, just listen to that, follow that, that guidance that you're getting. Okay, so we have the Devil card. This is kind of what I was just talking about. So don't let other people's fears about, is this going to work out? Don't let that cloud your vision. Don't let your fears cloud your vision. Don't let your fears hold you back from this transformation. See, it's interesting that you have transformation here and then you have the snake here. I feel like you've outgrown an environment that it just no longer suits you, and you need to go in a new direction because it's holding you back. There's something about where you are. It feels like you're either not living to your fullest potential, or you've already reached your fullest potential in the environment that you're in. And it's time for you to move on. That's why you're being pulled in a different direction. See? You have the Six of Swords. This is literally moving in a new direction. But the reason why is because you've outgrown where you were before. And look at this. Do you see how there's an eye right here on the boat? And look at, there's an eye right here on the King of Pentacles. And what was, one of your very first cards? It was the Daydreaming card. So you are definitely being called in this direction, because something about where you currently are, or where you were, if you've already started to take these steps, I'm feeling like there's an imbalance going on within that situation. And I feel like it's actually a little bit more than an imbalance. It's something that you want to change, like something pretty significant about that environment that you want to change. And there's a reason why you're feeling that way. There's a reason why it's so strong. And so if you're still feeling like you're in that situation and you're stuck and you don't know what to do, what we're seeing here, because the devil can be about control. So some of you can feel like you're stuck there and saying, well, yeah, but I don't know how to move forward. But what we're seeing with the Six of Swords is that those answers are coming to you. There will be some sort of opportunity, an exit strategy that's going to be coming in where you can move away, you can move forward. The Eight of Swords. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything is lining up here. So you may feel stuck. You may feel like you don't have any answers. But look at this Eight of Swords. This person feels like they're stuck to the ground right here. But all they need to do is just walk forward because the swords are on the side. Another thing I'm feeling with the Eight of Swords, don't let your fear hold you back from moving forward. A little bit like I was saying with the adventure card, just start, okay? Just get started with something. And you may not have all of the answers right away. You may make mistakes, but that's okay. That's how you're going to learn. And there's no way to know absolutely everything until you just kind of dive right in. But definitely, all of your cards so far have absolutely pointed to what I was saying with your first card here. Also with the Eight of Swords, if you don't know how to go forward, what Spirit is recommending is to just kind of clear your mind and let the downloads from the universe come in. Because what I'm seeing is somebody kind of meditating, kind of relaxing. Some of you I'm seeing where you're just about to fall asleep at night and then this great insight comes to you. So it's when you're relaxed and those downloads come in, when you don't have any other distractions. Okay, so if you're feeling stuck, you don't know how to go forward, that's how you're going to get those answers as far as what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. The Hierophant, yeah, this is that insight that I was talking about, this knowledge, a plan, how to go about something. And I also feel for some of you, the Hierophant is indicating, it's taking me back to the Devil card here, where some of you may feel that there's something that is very, very restrictive around you, something that's very, very controlling. And it's too much and you want to break out of that and have more freedom, and you want to have more, for some of you it could be freedom of expression with the Individuality card. Maybe you're, just for an example, maybe you're in a job where it's 9 to 5 and you have to go to work and you sit in a cubicle and you're on the computer and you're talking, maybe you're talking to people on the phone and you have to, portray yourself in a certain way, and maybe it's just suffocating for you and you want to start your own business or start a side hustle, something like that, where you have freedom of your schedule and you have freedom of what you're doing 8 hours a day. And so I feel that that freedom is something that's coming in for you. But also the answers are coming in. Look at these two keys here. Okay. I feel the keys are pointing to insight is coming in. So answers, insight, as far as pieces of this transformation that haven't been answered yet. And then I feel the other key is some sort of opportunity that's going to be coming in for you. The Ten of Cups, yeah. So once this restriction is lifted, and we see that you are absolutely moving away from it because you have the Six of Swords here. So the restriction is being lifted, and you're getting the answers, especially the Eight of Swords and the Hierophant together, because here with the Eight of Swords, it's like, okay, I'm stuck, but you're not really stuck. You just haven't seen those answers yet. And also that's why it's so important to listen to your intuition. But what all of this is leading to is the Ten of Cups, where you're not feeling that sense of restriction anymore, because you couldn't reach the Ten of Cups in that place of restriction. It was not possible, because the restriction, the restraints, the stagnancy, whatever it is in your particular situation, it wasn't allowing you to be free. See, the Adventure card is a very free card. And the Hierophant can also sometimes indicate that there's too many rules, that things are too strict, and it's suffocating. So you see you have the opposite here. So you're going from that stagnancy to having freedom, especially because you have individuality and adventure bookmarking this first row up here. Something huge is transforming in you, and it's leading you to the Ten of Cups. Why? Because of the King of Pentacles, because you're in control of your life. You're in control of, it definitely could have something to do with career because of the King of Pentacles here. But you have more freedom to create the life that you want. You have freedom to kind of do what you want with your time and your days. So you might not be starting your own thing. It could just be that you are working for an employer that, you know, with a job or a career that you love, and that you can express yourself, and that people are interested in what you have to say, and you're part of the process and things like that, where you really belong. But yeah, you're going to feel so much joy, so much happiness, so much fulfillment also. The Four of Wands, yeah. And oh my gosh, look at what this card says. Up on top here, it says freedom and also creativity. Isn't that what I've been talking about? This great sense of freedom that you're going to feel. And also, it's like things are coming together. It also says union here. And this is what I'm talking about. You're starting something that's going to last for the rest of your life. And I love that the Four of Wands is below the King of Pentacles, because both of these cards can indicate that you're building a strong foundation. And once you have all the answers, and even before you have all the answers, you're on the right track, okay? And then you start to see more and more of this vision, and then you start to kind of fill in the blanks with the answers and the direction you need to go, and I need this and I need that, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then before you know it, you've actually started building something. Look, there's 4 wands here, okay? And yeah, you have more wands to go, but it's very, very strong. This energy is very strong. And I feel with the couple here, you're attracting the things that you need to accomplish this dream that you have. The Ace of Pentacles, yes. Do you see what I'm saying? How this could have something to do with career, because Pentacles they talk about career. For one thing, this could also be that you're moving somewhere, like I said. And moving could be literal, it could be metaphorical. So you could be moving to a new location, moving to a new city, moving into a new career, a new job, a new community. Whatever it is, the aces talk about new beginnings, okay? So you're setting a new foundation. And the thing that is so interesting to me is that the Ace of Pentacles is right below the Devil card, which was that control, something that was controlling. And you're breaking out of that stronghold that this situation had in your life. And it could even be that the situation itself was doing something to your, where it was dampening your intuition, it was dampening your spirit, your spark, things like that, to the point where you were just kind of there and everything was stagnant and you were just kind of going through the motions. That is going away. Anything that was holding you back is going away. It's being transformed. So you're, with the snake here, you're transforming from this repressive energy into the sense of freedom. Do you see how free this person on the Ace of Pentacles feels? Like, hey, this is my new idea. Things are growing. Things are coming together. So it's going to happen for you. The Ace of Swords. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? The aces are these new beginnings. So you have a new idea, and you're going to, what I'm seeing here is that you're going to make a choice to move forward with an idea that you have. And it does seem to have something to do with making money. So for some of you, this could just be a side hustle. It could be a hobby where you're saying, you know what, let me see if I can make some money doing this. I love doing it. Why not make some money doing it? But it's definitely going to bring in success on multiple levels. You have the King of Pentacles here. So it's something that you're building. It's going to bring in money. You're going to feel very happy, very fulfilled, very successful with the Ten of Cups here. I feel with the Hierophant also, you're going to get noticed. I feel that you're going to, whatever this is that you're doing, people are going to have a lot of respect for you. And they're going to be like, oh, tell me more. Or, you know, I'm so interested in what else you have to offer. Things like that. That's what I'm seeing coming in with this new, this change that you're making in your life. And then you have the King of Wands. So with the King of Wands, this is something that you're going to love. You're going to get your spark back if you've lost your spark in this process. It's something that I feel you're creating something. And again, I'm feeling like this is going to last for the rest of your life. Now, the King of Wands being right below the Eight of Swords is very telling. What that is showing me is that you're finding the answers to get out of a problem that you're in. So this problem could be that you're in a job that you don't like. It could be that you know what you want to do, but you have absolutely no idea how to do it. You're finding those answers. And then there's going to be movement. I feel like once you get some sort of answer or an opportunity presents itself, something like that, I feel like things shift fairly quickly for you. And then, of course, then you're, building this thing, because I do see it is going to be long term for you. So that building it might take a little bit of time, but it's like you kind of go from being stuck to things changing very quickly. Now, what I mean by that is today you could be stuck, right? And then tomorrow you have a new opportunity, but there's still a process that you have to go through with that new opportunity. So I hope that makes sense. The Seven of Cups. Okay. With the Seven of Cups, there's a couple things going on here. So throughout this reading, I've seen that you're going to have, you could have a decision to make, because if you look here on the wheel, there's 4 different directions that you can go. So you could have 4 different opportunities. You could have more than that too. This is just an example. So you may have a choice to make. Maybe you're going to have 4 different job opportunities and you're going to have to narrow it down. Or you have 4 different things that you could do and you're going to have to narrow it down to 1 and then expand into those 3 other things. Okay. It'll vary depending on your particular situation. Now, with the Seven of Cups, what you want to do, this is going back to what I was saying, especially with the clouds parting here. If you're trying to figure things out, it's very, very important that you have a clear mind. So that's probably step number 1 for a lot of you. Make sure that, if you're very anxious about the situation, try to find at least, at minimum 5 minutes a day to clear your mind and just let the universe talk to you, okay? And then it's also very important for you to do your research as you're going forward. Make sure that you know all of the details about the possibilities, the opportunities that are coming in for you as you go forward. All right, so let's look at your last card. The Six of Pentacles. I love this. So things are definitely going to balance out for you. Okay. I feel that the environment that you're in right now, you're not getting anything in return, especially because it's so repressive or oppressive, however you want to word it. That's changing for you. So where you're going, it's very reciprocal. Where you're going to get a lot of, I'm hearing the word nutrients because I'm seeing the hummingbird here. So first of all, you're going to know where to go. You're going to get that information. It's going to come to you, but also where you're being guided to, I keep getting, it's giving you nutrients. So it's feeding your soul. You're getting exactly what you were looking for. okay? And things are going to balance out for you. And all of the energy that you put into something, you're going to get that energy back as well. So if you're starting a new job with a new employer, or even if you're looking for employees for your business, you're going to be attracting people, places, and things that are as invested in you as you are in those things. Does that make sense? And also, if you're worried about money, the money's going to flow in. It may take a little bit of time to balance out. I feel that there's a shift with the money. So for some of you, you could be leaving a job and you're trying to start something new where there might not be a lot of money coming in, but it will come in, it will balance out. If you're living on savings, it will balance out. And believe me, with the King of Pentacles, you're going to be doing wonderfully in the finances department, where you can have whatever you want with the King of Pentacles. So just know that no matter what your situation with the money, slowly but surely things are going to balance out. And then it could also just be showing that if you're going from one job to another job, it could just be that period of time where it may be a week or two before you get your first paycheck, depending on when you get paid. So when that cycle is. And that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Tourmalinated Quartz, and your card is number 14, Grandfather, Son, Sacred Fire, and Gratitude. I feel that there is an opportunity that's coming into your life, because do you see how this person is holding this ball here, whatever this is? So I feel that there's something that's coming into your life, something is taking shape in your life, and it's some sort of new opportunity that brings with it many, many positive things. And I feel that it's bringing in something that you've been hoping for, something that possibly you've been working on. And I feel that that's what's being unlocked. So it could be that you've been waiting for quite some time for this to happen. And it could be that you were just about to give up on something because you thought, I feel like this it's not going to happen for me. And so you were about to give up, because what I keep seeing is ice melting. So I'm literally seeing ice cubes that are being melted. And what that means to me is that something that was frozen is melting, and then there's movement, okay? Because if let's say that there's snow and ice on the ground, and then that snow and ice melts, then what happens? It usually flows somewhere, right? Or it goes into the soil where then the seeds can sprout, right? So there's something going on here where there's a change in the air for you, and it's going to bring an amazing sense of gratitude, where you're going to see something taking shape, something that you've been hoping for, you've been praying for, you've been wishing for. That is going to be happening for you. Okay, so you're going to have a lot to be grateful for. Whatever it is that you've been waiting for, I feel like the wait is coming to an end for you. And you're unlocking this. It's a new life, but you're also unlocking some sort of opportunity, something like that. And also, this here in the background, I'm seeing that as like movement. So there's something that was taking a while to happen. It's picking up speed. What else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? Okay, and that one. So we have number 50 and indulge. And do you see how there's movement here too? And it's also kind of representing melting. Like if the chocolate was unmelted, and then it's melting and it's moving, things are flowing again. And also you're accumulating things. So it's like, I feel like you're accumulating what you've been striving for. And also look at all these amazing pastries back here. So I feel that you're going to have plenty, like whatever it is that you've been striving for, there will be plenty of that. And I feel also that it's not just kind of one thing. And if it is one thing, then that one thing is leading to other things. So there's a lot of fulfillment that's coming into your life. And if you've had a sense of lack, where maybe you didn't have money for things, well, now you're going to have money to indulge in, the sweeter part of life, to indulge in the extras in life. Okay. And what is it? There's also something else coming through. What is it? What is it with indulging gratitude? Well, one thing is that it's kind of like all the indulgence that you see here, that's how grateful that you're going to be. But there's something else with these cards, but it'll come to me as we go along. So let's just go ahead and move on. So we have the Great Crumble. See, this is interesting because I feel that for some of you, something had to fall apart for other things to come together. While that crumble was happening, you felt like everything was falling away. Everything was literally crumbling right before your eyes. That was to lead you into some new place, a new situation, whatever it was exactly. And so I feel that not only are you going to have a sense of gratitude because you're no longer here in the Great Crumble, you're over here where the crumble is being replaced with this indulgence card. And it's interesting because what I just thought when I said crumble is that if you have a pastry that is just falling apart and that you can't even eat it, so like something's falling apart in your life, what is happening here is everything is being replaced. But these pastries are not going to crumble. Okay, these are actually going to be able to eat and indulge in because they're not going to fall apart in your hand, which is exactly what we have over here. So something in this person's hand, it's more solid, it's stable, things like that. So something that was on kind of like a fault line, it was not meant to stay in your life, but it was actually opening an amazing door for you. So that's the second thing, the second gratitude that I'm getting. So you're going to be grateful that you're not in the crumble anymore, but you're also going to be grateful that this new door opened for you, some sort of new opportunity, new insight, a new life. And you're going to see pretty quickly that this is much better than whatever fell away from you. Things are going to be much more balanced where you're going. Much more balanced. Okay, I think there's 2 cards on top here. Okay, so you have awakening. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. It's also number 5. And why are you having this awakening? Because of the Great Crumble. Because something wasn't meant for you, or it wasn't meant to be in your life. It was somehow holding you back. And that was the universe saying, hey, there's much better waiting for you. We just need to get you out of this restrictive environment that you're in. And it's going to really kind of cause this great awakening in you, where I feel, especially with this card, when I just look at the energy of this person here, it does take me to the awakening card, where I feel someone is they're getting in touch with their soul again. They are recognizing who they are, who they're supposed to be, where they're supposed to be going. And there's this great sense of power that's coming from this, a new sense of direction. And all of this is leading to that place of gratitude, because I'm feeling like there's a spark that's happening. Kind of like we're seeing right here on this card. It's a spark of like, that's where I'm supposed to be going, or that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Wow. You have the Miracles card, number 34. That's amazing. This is a new opportunity. Do you see the boat? It's like a new opportunity is coming in for you. And look, these are little angels right here. Whew, I am getting chills. there is something going on with this crumble. You may not have seen the entirety of how this was detrimental to your spirit, to your soul. And you absolutely may have known, yeah, no, that was bad, and I couldn't wait to get out of it. Okay. This was not meant for you. Whatever represents this crumble here, it just was not meant for you. Okay. Especially because number 16 corresponds to the Tower card in the tarot deck. So you probably had a tower moment, but look at what it's leading to. So if you're here right now where you're feeling devastated that something terrible happened, like let's say you lost your job, or maybe you were forced to move or something like that, okay? It's almost like it's when we're at our lowest, sometimes that's when we have this awakening of what the solution is. And it's ushering in, look at this doorway here. It's ushering in a new way of life, new opportunities. And I feel like not only is it taking you away from this uncomfortable situation with the Great Crumble, but it's kind of opening your eyes, opening your senses to possibilities that you didn't know were there. And it's with these stairs here, it's offering you stepping stones into a life that you're going to be so grateful for. And it's going to offer so many different things. Like, yeah, this card says indulge, but you don't necessarily, like, indulge can mean that you have the ability to enjoy the finer things in life, right? Whatever that means to you, because that can mean different things to different people. So yeah, you have a miracle that's coming in, but this could not have been ushered into your life if you didn't have this something kind of falling apart here. Oh my gosh, you have faith, number 20, and faith. Oh, this is so powerful. This is just, I mean, I have chills all over my whole body right now, because what this is saying, okay, it's number 20. So that takes me to the Judgment card in the tarot deck, which then takes me to the Great Crumble and the Tower card. What I'm seeing here, and also Awakening, I mean, all of your cards. Okay, so what is happening here? Something's falling apart so that something new can take place in your life. I feel that some of you may have gotten the signs that, okay, the situation that I'm in, it's not working, it's not healthy, I need to make a change. And some of you were working toward that change, and then once you were kind of stepping into that change, it was kind of a sense of feeling disconnected, sort of. I don't know if that's quite the right word, but it's like, oh my gosh, I made this change and now I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if everything's going to work out. And it's almost like a panic. But then all of a sudden, this door opens for you and you realize, oh, okay, I made the right decision. Okay. Now, for others of you, and that's why it's saying have faith. For others of you, you may have been hearing the signs, or you may have been so caught up in the fact that you didn't like where you were with the Great Crumble that you couldn't even think about making a change in your life, because it was just so kind of disconcerting, and it was causing you to just, when you leave a place or when you're in it, whatever it is, you just can't even think about making a change because it's so severe where you are. And so you may have, in a sense, ignored those signs saying, hey, it's time for you to move on from here. And then at that point, the universe may have said, no, we got to get rid of this right here. And so, for instance, you could have lost your job for one reason or another. Maybe the company closed. And then you're really in panic mode saying, oh my gosh, well, what now? But then that's when you have this kind of spiritual awakening with faith and awakening. And then everything starts to make sense. Or then you start to look for another job, using that example. And there just happens to be this amazing job opportunity for you. It's like the right place at the right time, and that's the miracle that happens. And Spirit is saying just have faith. So that's what I'm seeing here. It's a lot going on, but have faith and just know that you're going to be so grateful with where you land, where you end up. What else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? What will be unlocked next in pile number 2's life? I mean, definitely a huge shift in your life is being unlocked. That's for sure. But we're going to get the details. Okay. The Emperor. I feel like you're building a new life for yourself. And it's going to look a lot different than where you were before. In the sense that I feel you weren't getting much from where you were before. And it could have even been damaging to you. It could have been causing a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. I feel there's something about you being in more control of your future. So for some of you, using the same example that I had earlier, you may have had a job and you didn't like the job, or maybe you were making a lot of money at this job, but it was just, sucking the life out of you every day. And then somehow you lose this job. This is just an example, okay? And then you do some soul searching, and maybe you're pursuing a hobby that you never had the time to pursue when you were at the other job. And so you're pursuing that, and then you say, you know what? Maybe I could just make a few bucks while I'm looking for another job with this hobby. And then from there you realize, well, you know what? I am making a few bucks with this. Maybe I could make a lot of money doing this. And so then there's kind of this awakening to this new opportunity, to where it feels like this miracle is opening up in your life where you didn't see this opportunity before. So do you see what I'm saying? How it seems like there's something that you didn't see before that you're now seeing because of this great crumble. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be so grateful. All right, we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is exactly what I just said. The great crumble is awakening something within you, some kind of creativity, some kind of vision, where you want to kind of create something for yourself. You have this idea like, if I do this, then that's going to take me exactly where I want to go. Or some of you will be just walking into a new opportunity because another opportunity crumbled out of your life, and you're saying, I don't care, just give me something right now so that I'm not freaking out about not having the other opportunity. And so you take this thing and you don't realize at first that it's a miracle, that it's opening up all these doors for you. But then once you get your feet in there, once you really get involved in this new opportunity, you're saying, oh my gosh, well, why didn't this opportunity present itself before? This is amazing. Okay, so I feel something like that is going on. And where it's taking you is to a place of great comfort, where it seems to erase all of the problems that you had in the prior situation, and even problems that you maybe didn't realize that you had. Now you're realizing that there were other problems there, or other things that were distracting, or whatever it is. And so it's really just awakening this whole other side of you. I feel it's also opening up a great sense of independence within your life. The Four of Swords. Okay, the Four of Swords. It's very important that you just relax as much as you can as you're going through the great crumble. Have faith that everything's going to work out for you. And I know that that is a lot easier said than done. I'm just the messenger, okay? Now, the other thing that I'm seeing here with the Four of Swords with the great crumble is that a situation that you were in for one reason or another, it was unsustainable. For some of you, it was causing you so much stress and anxiety that it could have led you to being really worn down. It could have led to you, with your immune system being down, you could have gotten sick or something like that, right? That is something that you want to pay attention to, especially if you're still in that situation. If you're feeling really run down all the time and you're feeling really anxious and you can't sleep and things like that, that is the universe trying to wake you up, trying to say, hey, this situation is not good for you. It's not good on any level. Perhaps you should make some changes. And Spirit says that you should start thinking about that, thinking about making those changes. Otherwise, the universe will start to make those changes for you, because that is what can happen with the Tower card. Because remember, this is number 16, which corresponds to the Tower card. And that leads to all these butterflies here, which is a huge transformation that's taking shape. Yeah, see? You have the Chariot card, so this is your huge transformation. I feel like you're traveling somewhere in your life, so that can be metaphorical or literal for some of you. Some of you are traveling. Some of you may have the great crumble, and then you say, well, you know what? Using the same example of, for instance, if you lose your job, right? And then you're saying, well, I don't have a job right now, so I might as well just travel. You know, maybe you have some savings, maybe you're making really good money. You say, I'm just going to travel for a little while. And maybe you take a vacation, and that's when you have this great awakening, and then you realize what you're going to do from that point. And then others of you, the Chariot is just representing that you're moving forward pretty swiftly into a new beginning that you're going to be so grateful for. And again, look at this Chariot. How she has her arm back like, oh, I'm free. Because this here was very, I'm feeling like someone's boxed in, almost like someone's kind of trapped in a situation. So for some of you, maybe you were in a 9-to-5 job and you didn't like it, but it was what you always knew. And then you're starting, you know, something else, like the example I said earlier, where you may be, you know, turning a side hustle into a career, something like that. Whatever it is, it's bringing you a great sense of freedom, which is then bringing that great sense of gratitude over here. And also, the grandfather's son, that's making me think that something is definitely guiding you in a different direction. Yeah, do you see? We have the 9 of Cups. So there's great success waiting for you on the other side of this crumble. And it's something I feel that you build kind of on your own. So it could be a new idea, it could be a new direction, a spark that you have with something, but it's bringing great success, a lot of emotional success, a lot of emotional fulfillment, feeling like you are the happiest that you've ever been. The Hanged One. Yeah, this makes sense because I feel that there's a couple things going on here with the Hanged One. I feel that this is representative of how you were over here with the Great Crumble. You may have been doing okay. Maybe you're doing great. Let's say you're doing great financially over with the Great Crumble. But spiritually, things were missing. And that's why the Great Crumble happened, so that you could see this other side of something that was missing from your life. And then this can also show if you have the Great Crumble and it's completely unexpected and you're just absolutely freaking out saying, oh my gosh, what do I do now? Spirit is saying, have faith that a miracle is going to come from this. Try to just do some breathing exercises or meditation or something to calm down your nervous system, like we're seeing with the 4 of Swords and the Hanged One. And then the answers will come to you. The Queen of Swords. You know, the first thing I heard here is having boundaries, almost like separating you from a situation that's not meant for you anymore. With the sword here, it's kind of like cutting out something that wasn't meant for you anymore, which would be the Great Crumble. So that's the first thing I'm getting with the Queen of Swords. The other thing I'm getting is a great idea. And following through with this idea, getting the answers that you need to pursue this particular idea, and then moving forward, being guided somewhere. And also seeing a lot of growth in places that you hadn't looked before. So it seems like there's an opportunity or something like that, where it was kind of like an untapped situation in your life, an untapped talent, skill, an untapped direction, an untapped idea, something like that. The King of Wands. Wow, look at, okay. You have the King of Wands, which is directly below the Queen of Wands. And it's right below the Great Crumble here. This is your sign. I mean, you've had signs all throughout the reading, but absolutely these cards right here in a row. This is your confirmation that anything that's falling away from you was causing more problems than it was worth. And that there are solutions outside of this structure here with the Great Crumble that you could not see when you were inside there. Any problems that the crumble created, there are solutions. Everything's going to work out fine. You're going to be coming back into your power. And again, there's this great sense of independence and power. And look here, you have this little cute black cat here on the Queen of Wands. And then the King of Wands, you have this huge, majestic, powerful lion. So do you see what I'm saying with these two? It's like you're growing into the person that you're supposed to be. Very powerful, very independent, very passionate about your life. Because here at one point in time, you may have been passionate about it, but it faded. And you may not have realized that it faded for you, but definitely it was time for a change in your life. The Six of Pentacles, yeah. Because where you were before, there was something that was terribly off balance. Incredibly off balance. And that's why you needed to set some sort of boundary around you and that situation. But it's being replaced with something that's very reciprocal, where it's not just you giving, giving, giving. It's you receiving and giving. So there's a flow. This could also be representing a work-life balance. Maybe where you were before, you were just work, 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 if it's related to work. And if not, then this could be a metaphor. And you never had time. Maybe you were making, like I said earlier, maybe you were making great money, but you never had time to indulge in the finer things because you were always working. And when you weren't working, you were exhausted, so you didn't want to do anything. So where you're going, you're going to have a work-life balance where you can actually enjoy life and actually enjoy what you're doing again. The Hermit card, yeah. There are answers that you need to find, certain things that you need to understand, especially because you have the Hanged Man, the Hanged One, and the Hermit card together, and you have Awakening here. So there's definitely something going on here where some of you, there could be this in-between period where you have the Great Crumble and it's like, oh my gosh, what just happened? I don't know what to do. And I'm just so freaked out, I can't even think right now. And that's why you have the Four of Swords saying just relax as much as you can, right? And allow the universe to give you signs and what is it that I'm seeing? So I'm seeing numbers, signs and numbers. So synchronicities, things like that could be coming into you. But everything's going to make sense because if you see here with the Hermit card, how everything is dark and this person has a little lantern trying to, navigate this pathway here. And then you have the birds up here. And then what I'm picturing is that you're here and the next thing you know, you're in this Miracles card where this new opportunity just comes kind of out of nowhere. But the other thing that I'm seeing with the Hermit card is that being in this situation and being hanging from the tree here, like the Hanged One, I feel like this isn't going to last that long because there's something else that's happening right after the Great Crumble. And that's exactly why the Great Crumble happened when it happened, because this other thing was ready for you. And it's just going to take a little bit of time for everything to fall into place. The Nine of Swords, yeah. This is what I've been trying to say. And I know this can be like a very sensitive thing to tell somebody. Don't freak out. It's okay. Everything's going to work out. When everything is crumbling right before you, it's like a lot of people don't want to hear that. They're like, but it's not working out right now, right? So I know that can be the most annoying thing to hear when you're going through it. I'm just the messenger. Spirit is showing me the Nine of Swords for a very important reason. That first of all, this is temporary. You have the Hermit card, which is number 9, and then obviously you have the Nine of Swords here. So that's showing me, again, confirmation about what I just said, that I feel like this situation is not going to last that long. And I just realized that you have the Nine of Cups right here. So you have, do you see here, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Hermit card all right next to each other? That is definitely saying that this in-between period is not going to last that long for you, especially with the Hanged One. The next card after the Hanged Man is the Death card, so that's that transformation that we're talking about. Also with the Knight of Swords, your worst fear is not going to come true. Okay, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to balance out for you. This miracle is going to happen for you. The Seven of Cups. Ooh, I feel with the Seven of Cups, you have a new opportunity, actually not just one. There are multiple opportunities that are coming in for you now. What's interesting about this particular Seven of Cups in your particular reading is you have the cup over here with the skull inside of it. And so to me, that's representing the transformation that you're going through. So this is kind of that other opportunity. Or not opportunity, the situation over here with the Great Crumble that's leading into this new opportunity with the Miracle card, okay? And also the Snake, there's a huge transformation that's taking place here. And I feel that what you're moving into is something that you're gonna have great passion for, something that's gonna bring you everything that you've desired. It's opening so many new avenues for you, because I feel like you see this opportunity here, you walk through this, but there's multiple things waiting for you on the other side, just like these multiple cups here. And you have the Rainbow. So that is showing me that after the rain, after this crumble that happens, this miracle appears. And this miracle brings you a great sense of stability. It brings you something that, I'm hearing the word pride, so something that you have great pride in, accomplishment, fulfillment, and such an amazing sense of gratitude for this miracle that opens up for you. So it's just a matter of time. So Spirit says, take a deep breath as you're going through this transition. It's truly, I feel it's not going to take that long for things to click into place for you. I hope this reading helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Bloodstone, and your card is number 34, Planting Seeds and Intentions. What will be unlocked next in your life? I feel that it is growth and opportunity, or that you're starting to see something taking place, something transforming from just an idea into action, into seeing that all of the hard work and the effort that you've been putting into something is starting to come to fruition. So it could be a new beginning for some of you that you're unlocking next. But I feel that overall the seeds that you planted are starting to take root. They're starting to grow. So you're starting to see some sort of progress. And I feel that slowly but surely you're going to start to see things transforming, because you have all of the ingredients that you need to manifest something that you want in your life. You have the sun, you have the rain, you have the proper soil. So everything is coming together for you. So you're unlocking this new beginning, new opportunity. The intentions, the vision, the manifesting that you've been doing is starting to pay off for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 3? What will be unlocked next in pile number 3's life, please? Okay. Oh, okay, you've got 3. Ooh, I love this for you. So you have number 52, momentum, and then right here on the license plate it says manifest, and you're going forward. Look, you have the green light. Oh, this is so exciting because here, right, you planted the seeds, you had intentions, you set your intentions. I feel like you were visualizing, you were manifesting, you worked so hard to get this little seed to start growing, and you're seeing progress and you're starting to move forward. So interesting. Also, there's on the dice here, there's, it looks like number 3 and number 4. That made me think of the Seven of Pentacles. Probably because this card here also reminds me of the Seven of Pentacles now that I think about it. So yeah, the seeds that you planted are starting to take shape for you. And with the green light, I feel like you've been waiting to see some sort of progress, and it's picking up momentum here. I feel that your passion, your excitement is growing right along with this idea that's growing. So there, I don't know, there's something exciting going on. It's like, oh my gosh, look, it sprouted. And now I'm moving forward. Number 3 in deep knowing. Okay, so do you see all the butterflies around this person here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the big butterfly here. What this is showing me, some of you may have taken a chance on something. Some of you may have taken a great leap of faith with something in your life, with the seed that you planted here, because you had this deep knowing that it was meant for you to go in this particular direction. And you just knew that this thing was going to blossom for you, that it was going to bring you everything that you've ever wanted in your life. And now that you're starting to see, because what's being unlocked in your life is this growth here. And now that you're starting to see this growth, I feel that your deep knowing of pursuing this path is becoming even more pronounced, even more prominent. And your convictions about, oh, I knew this was the right path, that's just becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Wow, so you have divine timing here. Ooh, that's so interesting, so exciting. So there's definitely something going on here regarding your vision and divine timing. So some of you may have planted these seeds a while ago, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting even longer and wondering, did I make the right decision with this leap of faith that I took? Yes, you did. There's something about divine timing where everything is going to come together for you. It was just a matter of time for people, places, and things to come into alignment with where you're going. Ooh, it's so exciting. I have such a great sense of excitement with this divine timing. And also, see, I feel with deep knowing and divine timing, I feel like you knew all along that everything that you've been working so hard toward, that it was all going to manifest for you. But it was just kind of like, well, when is it going to happen? Like, I'm waiting. I'm still working on it. I've been working so hard. And look at the butterfly, how this person is almost touching the butterfly. I feel like it's that close. So you're unlocking this great transformation for you. And so if you're still waiting, just know that divine timing is at play here. Everything's going to balance out for you, and everything that you've ever wanted is going to be within your reach. What else can you tell us for pile number 3? I feel like these cards want to come out. I think you have 3 here. So you're going to have a lot of cards up on top. So let's move these over a little bit for you and see what we have. Wow, you have success. Number 47 in success. If you have any questions about will you be successful, will this journey that you're on, will it come to fruition for you? Your dreams, all of that, will it happen? Yes. Now, look at all the steps that you have here. I feel like it's a long journey for you, and there could be multiple different things that have to fall into place as you go forward, but just know that you're doing everything right. I feel like for the most part, and because what I'm feeling is that you put so much hard work into this and that you're doing everything right. Now, with the books here with divine timing, there could be certain things that you need to figure out, certain things that you need to research, things like that, that will help you along the way. But everything is going to come to fruition for you. So look at, it's so interesting that you have this long journey here. But it's going to be worth it, especially because you have number 3 here with deep knowing, which makes me think of the Empress in the tarot deck. And the Empress is success. The Empress is very comfortable. The Empress has everything that the Empress has ever wanted. The Empress is literally sitting on her chair, looking at everything that she's accomplished. And I feel that's exactly what you're going to be doing. Okay, so we have number 50 and truth. I feel like you're stepping into your truth. I feel like you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. So with planting seeds, this could definitely have something to do with career or moving somewhere or starting something with, like starting a foundation with something. Whatever it is that you have going on, with truth, it's like you're stepping into who you're supposed to be. You're stepping into this great vision that you've had. And it's almost like this vision that you had to plant the seeds in the first place. It's something that you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. And there's something about this tree over here that's really catching my attention. And so it seems like you're planting this little tiny seed here, and here it's starting to sprout, and then it's growing into something quite amazing. And I feel it's also, truth is showing me that it's going to help align you, like align your whole life with, like putting you in the places that you are meant to be in, putting you around the people that you're meant to be around. Awakening. This makes sense because of everything that I just said. It seems like you're coming into a place in your life where you are landing exactly where you're supposed to be right now in your life. I feel like this particular thing that is being unlocked in your life, this new beginning that you have, it could not have happened at any other time in your life. Now is the time for it to happen. It wouldn't have worked at any other time. The people, places, things, situations, all of that, it wasn't ready until now. Maybe you weren't ready until now. Maybe you had to go through certain things. Maybe you had to get rid of certain things. Maybe you had some sort of baggage in your life that you had to let go of before you could fully go through this transformation. But absolutely, awakening definitely speaks to me the way that truth did, where you're aligning, it could be you're aligning with your life purpose. You're aligning with who you're supposed to be, especially at this particular moment in time. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? What will be unlocked next in pile number 3's life? The 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're going to be so happy. Everything's going to come together so beautifully. And I feel that you're going to have a sense of relief, a sense of freedom, a sense of accomplishment, growth, all of these things. And it's all because of the intentions that you set here, the seeds that you planted, and it's gaining momentum. So if you've had any doubt that this is going to happen, your very first Tower card is showing you that it's going to happen. And you're going to be so happy. So happy. Like this banner up here is, to me, it's showing that everything that you are manifesting has come true. It's really amazing. The 9 of Wands. Okay, this makes sense. So the 9 of Wands is showing me that there's kind of like one little thing that you need to overcome to get to where you're going. I do see that there could be a little bit of a struggle here. So this could be really anything. It could be that the struggle is just waiting Maybe you already planted the seeds and you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen, which, playing the waiting game can be the worst part of a journey, right? Wondering, when is it going to happen? I know it's going to happen because you have the deep knowing here. But it's like, if I could get some sort of clue about when it's going to happen, that would really make me feel better. Okay, so something like that could be going on for you. There might be something you need to figure out. Maybe you're walking through this path and you don't know what the next step is. Okay, but beyond a doubt that you're on the right path. At least most of the time you feel like you're on the right path. If you've been waiting for a while for something to happen, you might be questioning that. But what Spirit is saying with the Nine of Wands is that you're almost there. Don't give up now because you're so close. You're really, really close to something taking shape when that momentum really starts to show. The Lover's card. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. You're so close to things coming together, to things coming into balance, to finding that missing link, that missing piece that you've been waiting for. If you're waiting to hear back from someone, or you're waiting to get some information from someone or something like that, I feel like that's coming in very, very soon. Also, I feel what's going on with divine timing is that other things in the past that may have presented themselves to you, they may not have been the right things. So let's say, for instance, just because this is kind of the easiest thing that everybody can kind of relate to, metaphorically speaking, and for some of you it'll be literal. If you are looking for a job and you keep applying to places, sending out your resume, maybe going to interviews, and you're just not getting hired anywhere, the reason for that could be that there's divine timing at play here. And yes, you are going to get a job, but you're going to get the right job. You're going to get the job that's going to take you to where you want to go, take you to where you need to go. A job that's going to have a lot of balance, a lot of things to offer you that these other jobs may not have been able to offer you. So the other situations that maybe passed you by, if that's something that's happening in your life, they may not have had everything that you want or that you need, or they could have just been a waste of time because you would have started and then very quickly you would have realized, well, this isn't for me. So then you would have had to start the process all over again. You see what I'm saying? But what's coming into your life is going to be, like, I'm getting a very reciprocal feeling here because you have the Lovers here. And with divine timing, it's number 14, which equals the Temperance in the tarot deck. So these two cards are showing that things are coming together. Things that are meant to be are coming together, and you're going to find great balance and great kind of like a synergistic energy that's coming together. The Seven of Cups. Okay, this is almost exactly what I was just saying. I feel like if I would have pulled this card first, I would have said what I just said about those opportunities that may have come up before, where they may have looked good on the surface, but really underneath there were certain things going on there that just weren't meant for you. So if you've had opportunities that seem to be passing you by and you're standing there saying, wait a minute, I'm right here, and it just keeps going right on by you, there could be a reason for that. Now, what I'm seeing coming up is opportunities are coming in that are meant for you. And I feel that once things start to gain momentum, there's other things that pop up, like here and there, that are kind of helping you along the way. So certain things could be quite unexpected, but they help you. Like, they help you through the stairs here. Because I feel like with these stairs, there could be different challenges that you're facing or different things that you're learning as you go through these stairs, as you're going towards success. But all along the way, I'm seeing like these cups being like little markers or milestones or something along the way, which kind of help you and help guide you along the way. And I feel also you're being very, very protected by the universe to help guide you around certain things that are not meant for you. The Page of Wands. Okay. So I feel like you had a great idea, and that's going all the way back to the beginning. That's the seed that you planted. And I feel you've put so much energy into this, so much effort. And I feel that it is going to pay off for you, especially because look at this wand, how there are actually flowers coming off the wand. Okay. So something's going to bloom, something's going to blossom, because here you see the synchronicities here. So here you planted the seed, and now this plant is starting to come out of the soil. And then over here, you actually have the flowers that are coming out. So do you see the progression that's happening here? But you can't rush this process. If you try to rush the metaphorical process of this plant turning into these flowers here, it's not gonna blossom correctly. It's just not gonna work. So there is no rushing this process, unfortunately for you. You just need to have patience, Spirit says, and allow things to unfold as they will. Because the more you try to push forward, the more you're going to feel resistance, because there is no pushing quicker through this situation. It's kind of like this taxi sitting in traffic. Even though you have a green light, you can't go forward if there's a bunch of cars in front of you, right? So you just have to wait your turn. That's kind of what's going on here. The Six of Swords. Okay, well, this is good news. This is showing you that this period of waiting, this period of questioning things, any kind of anxiety that you might be feeling about your path. Did I make the right decision? Am I going the right direction, right? That's coming to an end. So I feel that you will see things start to open up for you. You will get answers. You will get communication from other people if that's something that you're waiting for. If you're waiting for communication about your idea, about your plan, you will be hearing something soon, very soon. You're coming out of the darkness, and also you're being led on a particular path in a particular direction. And it's definitely for a reason, because you're being led on the path to success, to, I feel, your soul's purpose, or your something to do with your soul's growth. So it could be your soul purpose, soul growth, enlightenment, things like that. The Tower card. Okay. What I feel with this particular Tower card, see, this is really interesting here, because this tower is not being hit by the lightning. So what this is telling me is that there's going to be a flash that happens where things can change instantly for you. Things can change overnight for you. And you've been protected from certain opportunities that may have looked like a good opportunity. This red flag here shows me, because the tower is intact, this is showing me that you've been protected from people, places, things, situations that weren't meant for your highest good, okay? And it's tied into the divine timing. But also, like I was saying, the lightning flashes are showing me that things can change overnight for you. Things can gain momentum overnight. Like, you go to bed, you planted the seeds a couple days ago, a few weeks ago, whatever it was. For some of you, it was months ago. And then you go to bed one night and you still don't see anything here. Then you wake up the next day and all of a sudden you see the little sprout coming out of the soil. That's when you get a phone call. That's when you get an email, a text message, something like that. That's when you see a huge breakthrough with something that you've been working on. An idea that you have, a plan that you have, whatever it is. And that's what I'm saying with the Nine of Wands. You're very, very close. You just need patience to navigate through this process, because it will be worth it. Trust me, look at the Success card. It's going to be worth it for you. So you have the Five of Swords. All right, with the Five of Swords, this is what I'm seeing with the Tower card. Certain situations were not meant for you. Certain situations, had you had an opportunity to say yes to them, it would have caused a huge headache. And also, look, do you see how there's two people here? And then this person here has the lantern. I feel like this is metaphorically spirit saying, hey, these situations, not meant for you. It would have caused a big headache. It would have been a waste of time. So come with me. So I feel that spirit is grabbing you and guiding you away from a potential disaster over here with the Tower card. But do you see how there's safety? Because the Tower is not damaged at all, because spirit guided you away from something. Same thing here with the Six of Swords, where you have the main person on the card, okay, who is guiding with the lantern here. There's a small child in here. So guiding the child away from something. So you've been protected. And do you see how this child is very protected in the mother's embrace here? I feel that spirit guiding you in the right direction, saying, hey, wait a minute, you're a little bit going in the wrong direction here. Let's just change course slightly. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's something going on here where you're being guided in a different direction. With the three lanterns that you have, with the Six of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Cups, I feel like you've been divinely guided out of a particular situation and into a new situation. Now, for some of you, this happened before you planted the seeds, is what we're seeing in this card. Some of you may have had a Tower moment where a situation in your life came to an end, and that was divinely happening with divine timing because you were no longer meant to be in that particular situation. And then spirit was saying, hey, let me help you out of the situation. You're not meant to be here anymore. There was something that was going on here where it was causing a lot of kind of chaos or roadblocks or something like that. You're not meant to be in the situation anymore. Come with me. There's something about the situation that was not fulfilling. You did everything you could there, and it's time to move on. So I'm feeling like something like that could have happened, or some of you could have planted seeds for a new venture, and then something happened where you had just started it, and then it seemed like everything was kind of put on hold, or maybe that things were kind of falling apart. And so for some of you, this could be saying that you're being redirected, you're being guided in a slightly different direction because something about the plan or something like that may not have been to your highest good or to your best interest, something like that. So I feel like there's possibly two different scenarios that are going on here with the last four cards that we've seen, with the Six of Swords, the Tower, the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. However, no matter what your scenario, your particular situation, because this is a general reading, so of course it's going to vary a little bit for each person, but the general situation that I'm seeing here is that you're not alone. You're definitely being protected here. You're being guided to where you need to go. And there could be certain decisions that need to be made about, do I change this, or do I tweak this a little bit, or do I turn a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right? You know what I mean? And you're going to find like where everything falls into place. So don't get discouraged. Remember the Nine of Wands. You're very, very close to success. And also remember your very first tarot card was the Ten of Cups. So everything's going to come together for you. If you've had any kind of roadblock or a little pebble in the road, whatever it is in your case, you're getting the green light to go forward. Okay, any pause that you had was to get you to rethink things or to reevaluate things and maybe change some certain things. Or you needed to kind of have your eyes opened, possibly to the truth of a situation, so that you could slightly shift your direction and get to exactly where you're supposed to be. Because remember, you have truth and awakening. So this Tower card could even be lining up with these two cards where something happened, you had a flash of insight to show you, oh, okay, I've been on the wrong path. Maybe before you planted the seeds, you were in a wrong career, for instance. And then you had this flash of insight with the Tower card, which brought you to the truth of your true life path. And then you had this awakening. And then you decided to walk away from something that you had kind of been committed to for a while, with the Six of Swords, Five of Swords, and Eight of Cups. But just know that everything's coming together. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? You're gaining momentum. This is momentum. You have momentum up here. There's going to be no stopping you. There's just something I feel that wasn't quite right in the middle right here, okay, with these four cards here. Something needed to shift in order to put you on the perfect path forward. So you have great passion for something, and you're going to be going forward. And once you gain this momentum, there's going to be no stopping you. Nothing's going to get in your way from accomplishing what it is that you want to accomplish. I'm also feeling there's a sense of renewed creativity, a sense of renewed spirit, passion for something, feeling like, oh, I have my spark back, or I have my life force back. Something like that is coming back to you. So if you lost it for a period of time, don't worry. It was just a shift where you needed to kind of refocus, or maybe release something and then come back to center, come back to who you are, and come back to what it is that you're supposed to be doing or working on in this lifetime. The King of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so this is one of the most successful cards in the deck. Something that you've been waiting for is coming to fruition. Okay, you're unlocking. I just heard you're unlocking your destiny. You're unlocking where you're supposed to be in this lifetime. I feel you're destined for success in this lifetime because you have obviously the Success card up on top, and then you have the King of Pentacles here, which is showing me that you're sitting quite comfortably in the environment that you always intended for yourself. So I feel you have great financial success, financial freedom, financial security, things like that. Also, with this particular King of Cups, when you see all of this going on above the king's head here, it's like this vision that you had comes to fruition. So this little tiny seed that you planted over here, it goes through this whole process, and then with the King of Pentacles, you've created this huge situation for yourself, because I feel like the King of Pentacles is sitting in here in this building down here with the Success card. All right, let's look at your last card. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. It's going to take some time to get there. Everything is with divine timing. And it's interesting because the planting seeds card reminded me of the Seven of Pentacles, because it's like you're planting the seeds. The Seven of Pentacles is planting the seeds, and it's, putting in the effort, everything that needs to happen for these seeds to sprout and to create growth and things like that, and to create the success. Now, the Seven of Pentacles does talk about patience. So I feel like you need patience in this situation. I'm also seeing that there could be a point in time where you need to reevaluate things, or you need to look in a different direction, or see if you need to change things or tweak things or something like that. The Seven of Pentacles is also taking me back to this divine timing and to the universe kind of protecting you from certain things that weren't meant for you. Like we have with the Five of Swords and the Six of Swords, where you're being protected from something. You're being protected from this red flag. So, you know what I just saw is that you were being prevented from going forward into this tower right here because it had a red flag on it. Maybe you saw the red flag, maybe you didn't. Maybe you were just so excited to actually see progress, what you thought was progress, and you just wanted to run into this tower and just be so glad that you finally arrived. However, with the red flag here and the cards surrounding the Tower card, which would be the Six of Swords, Five of Swords, and Eight of Cups, that is showing me that you were protected from something, okay? But then we look at the Success card here, where this is another building. It's not a tower, but it's another building. And so it's like you're being redirected from here up here to where your true success lies. So that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.